You ready to see your next comic? This next comic is probably the most positive guy I know. He is just like, I can't even explain it. He's just a bright little ray of sunshine. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. Please put your hands together and make some noise for my good friend, Zach Kennedy, everybody.
Selling Kirby's. Already heard it. We'll get to that later. How's everybody doing? That was very lackluster. I like it. All right. I don't eat sweets, and everybody always thinks that's really weird. They're like, how do you get through the day? Tequila. That's how I do it. Pick your poison. My name's Zach. I'm single, and I'm talking to you two ladies. And it's not good for anyone involved, me being single, because I'm probably going to hit on you, and that's just not going to end well. It's weird being single just for, like, a plethora of reasons, but, like, I always find, like, single me in, like, really weird situations because, like, I don't have to go home to anybody. Like, I can stay out as late as I want, I can get as fucked up as I want, and that's what leads to those shitty situations. Like, the other night I got really drunk, and I was talking to some girl at a bar, and we started making out, right? That's a positive night. Like, that just, you get excited about that. You're like, where's it gonna go now? Where's it gonna go now? And I didn't have her number. I had her friend's number. I don't know how that happened, because drunk me doesn't really keep a record of the night. But I remember, like, I'm on my way home. Like, I didn't go home with her, and that's fine. I'm on my way home, and I just get a text from the friend, and it's just an address. Now, I don't remember getting this text because I was that drunk. Don't drink and drive, guys. I don't remember getting that text, but drunk me was smart enough to question that situation. Drunk me responded with a question mark. And that's it. That was the end of the conversation. I wake up the next morning. I see that I called someone, and so I called them back. I go, hey, I called you pretty late. What was going on? And she just goes, you told me a really weird story. Oh boy. I go, what did I tell you? She's like, well, you told me some girl sent you the address and that you weren't interested in that girl but her friend. I'm like, I remember that. And she said that you should respond with a question mark. I'm like, I remember that, kinda. And she's like, and then you went to the address. So close to making the right decision. Drunk me, come on, get your shit together. That's not the worst part. Apparently, I got there and there was a big ass angry dude, and I just left, which was like the correct decision at the time, but life, guys. Single life, hashtag. Yeah, that was ridiculous. My ex actually called me a couple days ago, and it really fucked with my head because we haven't talked in months, right? Like we didn't end on a good terms, and so like seeing her number, I didn't even recognize it at first, and then when I did, it was too late. She already hung up. She stopped the call prematurely, so maybe it was on accident. But I didn't know, and so it was fucking with my head the whole day. And I started thinking about her a lot, and I started thinking about our relationship, and so I was like, I'm gonna check, see how she was doing. So I went on Twitter because it's the only thing she hasn't blocked me on yet. And the difference between Facebook and Twitter is Facebook is like where you go if you really want to see what's going on in someone's life, and Twitter is where you go if you just want to see what they didn't want a response about. And her latest tweet was, and this is really when I realized why we broke up and why it was a good thing for me. Her latest tweet was, I thought I was a really good gift giver. Now I'm questioning everything. Oh, okay, now I remember. Yeah, you're irrational and crazy. Okay. Boom. All right. We do comedy all around town. Like we do it in Art Bar. We do it here a lot. I think there's something at Foxfields. Don't go to that. It's on a Sunday. You have better things. Walking Dead. But Tuesdays we do. First and third Tuesday of every month we do Art Bar. And I texted my buddy Wayne. You're gonna see him later. I just sent him one text. It just said food ? And he responds back, wig. No period, because he's not punctual. And I responded back, word, period, because I am punctual. And it was a given. It was like, we're going to meet at the Wig for food. And so, if you've ever been to the Wig on a Tuesday, it's crowded as fuck. There's nowhere to park for like 3 blocks. So I'm 3 blocks away parking. And I'm walking to the excuse me. I'm walking to the Wig, and I saw one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. I'm walking to the Wig, and there's one of those public safety officers. They don't carry like a gun. They have like Walmart mace and like a flashlight, and they ride around those like scooters. But there's like two places to put your feet, and it's motorized because it's not like a Segway. It's hard to explain. Anyway, he's on one of those things, and he's got his flashlight like taped to the top of his scooter like a spotlight. And he's following this guy. He's like a 5'11" black guy, and he's got a hoodie on. He's got the hood up, and the guy's just walking with his hands in his pockets. And the public safety officer is like 3 yards back with a spotlight on this guy's feet, and he has a walkie-talkie. And the first thing I hear is pursuing suspect. Suspect is, I don't know the street name. Suspect is on the street, about 3 yards behind him. I'm gonna pursue. And the guy's just walking, just like calm, like he didn't do anything. I'm assuming he did something illegal for the public safety officer to be following him. And then like, the public safety officer kept like, he'd get close and then he'd stop. And then if he got out of the spotlight, he would go up a little bit more to keep him in the spotlight. Like he was gonna lose the guy. And they were the only 2 on the street other than me, who was like a little bit behind. And the guy kept looking back like, why the fuck is this guy following me? And I guess he got pissed off at this, because he just goes, well, fuck it. And he walks across the street. And I heard the greatest thing ever. The public safety officer gets on the walkie-talkie, goes, suspect crossed the street, cannot pursue. Cannot pursue, cannot go over the hump, cannot do this, need backup. He didn't say all that, but I imagine that was going through his head. And I thought, like, I just kept walking. Like, that's the end of the story. There is no good ending, just like life. But it just blows my mind that he got on the walkie-talkie. Like, he had that thought, and he was like, that's a good thought. Yeah, I can't follow him. I can't get off this Segway. I can't get off this thing and just, cross the street with my flashlight. You guys are going to have to pick this one up. The highlight of his day. The suspect that got away. That story is ridiculous and true. I was thinking, I was riding around. I work for Kirby, and I'm a manager there. And I have 3 people who ride around with me, and they clean people's homes and hopefully sell Kirby's. But I was talking to them on the field today because I like to tell stories about my life, make them laugh, get them positive. And I was telling them about this one road trip I took with Wayne Cousins and Camilo Potes. We did a show Monday, and then we did a show Tuesday in Greenville, and then we did a show Wednesday in Asheville. And it was really fun, and we got really fucked up every night. And the Wednesday night, we were in Asheville. We all did it. We all did a set. We did pretty well. And as a comedian, sometimes you do really good and people buy you drinks. And so there was this one guy, after, hours of being there, we're already wasted. This one guy comes up, he was like, you're really funny, can I buy you a drink? I was like, hell yeah, I love free stuff. And so he orders whiskey, which is not what I was drinking, and not what I'm used to drinking. And we had 2 whiskey drinks, and we walked outside. I was like, man, I gotta smoke a cigarette. So I walk outside. I'm with my girlfriend at the time, so I'm not really interested in, really talking to any females, but these 2 girls come out. I'm like, hey, Camilla and Wayne would love to talk to these attractive girls. So I go, hey, you guys should stay and hang out. A comedy show just got over. You guys probably watched it. We're all hanging out. We're having fun. You guys should hang out and talk to us. And they go, oh no, thank you. We're gonna go home. I said, okay, you guys have a good night. The guy who bought me the whiskey drinks was apparently way more drunk than me. And he goes, they don't want the dick. And one of the girls did not like that. She turns around and she looks at me. She looks at me. She goes, "What did you just say?" I didn't say anything. That was that guy. I didn't. I'm drunk. I'm like perfect drunk. I'm just, him. Him. It was, I didn't know. And she gets in my face and she's yelling at me, "What did you just say? It was him. What did you just say? I swear to God it was him. What did you just say? I don't know what to tell you." And finally, like, her other friend, like, talks her down. She's like, "He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it." I was like, "You're right." And she walks away, which is great. And Wayne comes out, like, right at the end of this, and he goes, "What the fuck's going on?" And I'm like, she was really mad because she thought I said something that he said. Wayne goes, "What'd you say?" He said, and I said it at his volume because I was drunk, "They don't want the dick." They're across the street. They're across the street. Girl hears me. She turns around, just slings her pocketbook at her fucking friend. Like, "Hold my pocketbook." Full sprint towards me. I'm smoking a cigarette, hold my drink, go, "Wayne, hold the cigarette." "Wayne, hold the cigarette, I'm gonna need this in a minute." "Man, I'm not holding that cigarette." "Dude, can you just fucking hold the cigarette for a second?" And he goes, "Why?" It's like, "Look, some shit's about to," and right then and there, bah! Superman punched my fucking temple. I dropped the cigarette. I spilled most of my drink. My head really hurt. And when I looked up, they were gone. They were fucking punching ninjas. And fucking Camilla walks out with me, like, grabbing my head. And you think he'd be a concerned friend. No, Camilla walks out and goes, "Oh, fuck, I missed it." Thanks, Camilla. But the greatest part about that whole experience was the drunk guy who originally said they don't want the dick. I look at him and he just looks back at me. And he goes, "Fuck, man." Thanks, everybody. I'm Zach Kennedy.
Give it up one more time for Zach Kennedy, everybody.